The biggest tech companies are already exploring data centers in space, and the recent reveals something terrifying about the future of AI. We think of AI as something digital, but behind an enormous physical machine is consuming energy at the scale of entire cities. These machines are data centers. Data centers have existed long before, but it's only now, because of AI, they have become a full-blown crisis.
Very big into the data centers, and that's going to be a very hot item.
I do guess that a lot of the world gets covered in data centers over time.
Do you really?
But I don't know, because maybe we put them in space.
Now, they're going to build a data center for Elon. 500 megawatts is gigantic.
I think that the US really needs to focus on streamlining the ability to build data centers and build and produce energy, or I think we will be at a significant disadvantage.
Right now, the world has around 12,000 operational data centers, and nearly half of them are owned by the United States. These data centers act as the physical backbone of all the internet stuff we are using, from networks to cloud
To the cloud.
and AI. They were always there, but AI changed everything. It is pushing these data centers past their limits, and we are kind of edging towards a global catastrophe.
This is cold water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes.
Water tends to be much cheaper than power, and so it's a pure financial decision for many players.
How's your water situation here?
Tainted. It tastes weird. It's just not the same.
Do you think it has to do with the data center, the construction?
Well, yeah, we have them two 24-inch pipes pumping water across the street over here. They're dewatering, as they call it, so they can put the foundation in it.
A single hyperscale data center can consume about 1 to 5 million gallons of water per day. The United States has over 5,400 operational data centers, and according to 2021 estimates, they collectively consumed around 449 million gallons of water every day. To put that in perspective, a large data center's water usage can support a small town of 50,000 residents. And yes, we are talking about freshwater here. To understand why these facilities consume so much water, we need to understand what they actually are. The idea dates back to the era of giant mainframe computers in the 1950s. These are massive machines used by governments, militaries, universities just to process information. Then came the internet. Companies began building facilities to connect websites, network, and online services to the web. These became the first modern data centers. In 2010, data centers became larger to support the new cloud storage. With the cloud, we share photos to sending mails to streaming, like the video you're watching now. Suddenly, it became a whole infrastructure, and now AI is forcing another transformation entirely. At the core of data centers, we have servers. They are just computers without a mouse or keyboard, and their goal is to process information, store data, and stay connected to the network so everything can run. After the rise of AI, these servers got transitioned to GPU clusters, mainly to solve the parallel processing issue. Servers are all we need to run our internet, but they cannot work without electricity, so they need constant power to operate. Even a brief power outage can bring everything down, so backup generators are essential when the grid fails. During these operations, servers generate immense amount of heat. That heat is a serious problem, and if it builds up, the hardware can fail entirely. To fix this, we use the water-based cooling system. Now, you might wonder, why should we use water instead of using refrigerants, the ones used in air conditioning systems, or why not simply rely on ocean water instead of fresh water? First, ocean water cannot be directly used because their salts damage the infrastructure behind cooling, which is a nightmare to fix it. The reason water is being used here is that they can carry heat at a massive scale. Chemicals like refrigerants can be used in some parts, but cooling thousands of AI servers entirely would be far more energy intensive. But the actual trade-off of this entire process is, once the water absorbs heat, much of them are lost through evaporation, which means there will be no water to even get recycled. As of now, Virginia, Texas, and California holds the majority of America's data centers. And these aren't random facilities. Most of them are owned and operated by the biggest tech companies on the planet. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft. Now here's the obnoxious part no one's talking about. 2/3 of all data centers built or in development since 2022 are located in water-stressed areas, and the communities are facing them directly. Water isn't the only thing they are consuming, also energy.
And how much are you paying in your electric bills now compared to before?
My electric and gas bill was more than my car payment. I mean, it's insane to me.
The average bill for an average customer used to be about $150 a month. The average bill now is $225.
Compared to the same time last year, my bill has gone up, but also I noticed my usage went down, and I noticed a $29 increase on my bill. To me, honestly, it felt almost like a slap in the face to use less energy and then get charged more for it.
By 2030, data centers are expected to consume more electricity than the entire country of Japan. This is double of what they were pulling from the grid back in 2022. The main cause of this energy demand, as we should know, is all due to the boom of AI. How is the energy demand currently looking? Let's put in terms you actually live with. A typical household uses over 30 kilowatt hours per day. A single large AI data center can demand between 100 to 650 megawatts of power continuously, which is enough to power roughly 80,000 to over 500,000 homes. The largest data center cluster in the United States, owned by Amazon, and Anthropic's Cloud AI runs on it. This data center is designed to consume electricity up to 2.2 gigawatts continuously. At this scale, we can power a city like Los Angeles. But it's just not about how big the number is. The actual bottleneck is its structural problem. The power grid was never designed for this kind of demand. They were built for predictable demand, like for homes, offices, factories having shift schedules. Data centers don't have shift schedules, and they need perfectly stable, uninterrupted power 24 hours a day. So the grid is straining, electricity costs are rising, and people are paying the price.
The role of the board is to hold the department accountable for following the law. Our position is that the law is clear. These large turbines, this large power plant, required a permit before it was up and running, before it was polluting the community's air for a year.
So why do governments keep allowing this? Perhaps for economic growth, but it seems like these tech giants are the ones who are benefiting from this, not the common people. They promised thousands of jobs, tax revenue, etc. Some jobs do get created, but the numbers are far smaller than advertised, and layoffs are the ones in the headlines. To boost the economy, governments are offering huge tax abatements, which indeed is assigned for the people living there. So it's still uncertain where this is going to end, because data centers can't be denied and won't be denied. Some regulations must be essential for these data centers. Share this video with more people you know so we can create awareness of what AI data centers are actually doing physically. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.